So we're standing here today in front of Washington Avenue here in Eden Prairie. Constitution is in hand, and I want to talk a little bit about presidential disability. Because when the Constitution was written, there was really nothing in there dealing what if the president becomes sick or ill or incapacitated, and who would become president in such a situation. So President Wilson has a stroke in 1918, 1919, 1920. Isn't really in any mind or shape to finish his presidency. Eisenhower has a heart attack, really not, up to his game. And then JFK survives, right? So, but he doesn't survive. But what if he did? So in 1967, they passed the 25th Amendment, which basically is called the Presidential Disability Amendment. And what it calls for is if there's a vacancy in the office of the president, the vice president becomes president. If there's a vacancy in the office of the vice president, the president will fill that vacancy. And so right away, almost in 1973, this amendment's only 6 years old, that amendment was put to the test when Vice President Agnew resigns. Nixon fills the vacancy with Ford, and then all of a sudden Nixon resigns, there's a vacancy, Ford becomes president under Article 25, and all of a sudden there's a vacancy and he nominates Rockefeller, and the system worked because of the 25th Amendment. But the last section in the 25th Amendment is probably the most intellectually stimulating to me, and it basically says if the vice president and a majority of the cabinet feels like the president is unable to carry out the duties of his office, they can submit a letter to the president pro tem and the Speaker of the House transferring the president's powers to the vice president. A constitutional coup, if you will. Thank you.